these commentators, they're actually far leftists. But what they do is they get on YouTube and they take what's called a measured approach. But the reality is these aren't their real political views. They just get in the middle to get as much AdSense as possible. And that's what Charlie does. That's what Abba and Preach do. And that's what a bunch of these other reaction commentary YouTube do. They take a middle of the ground stance despite the fact that they're actually far leftists to make as much money as possible. If Moist Critical comments on something, it has officially reached normie status. For those of you who don't know, Moist Critical, aka Charlie, aka what's his other fucking name that he uses? Penguin Z or whatever. This dude is what I call like the normie YouTuber. And for those of you that don't know, this guy is what I call a historical, legendary fence sitter. This guy's like 10 million subs on YouTube. Very woke, very liberal. He hides a lot of his liberal ideology. This is what I'm realizing too, guys, about these commentator niggas, man. Abba and Preach, Penguin, a lot of these like commentary channels, Jamar, all these bitch ass niggas, they're all liberals, bro. They're all leftists, all of them. But here's the thing. They take a centrist view for YouTube purposes, but they're actually liberals. And I got exposed to this today. Stevie Knight, right? This nigga right here, who I don't think he's the most intelligent individual, but his stupidity revealed some things. As you guys know, he did a debate with Anus. And of course, this bitch ass nigga Don has something to say. Don's a retard too, bro. This dude literally, how you go from being religious to not being religious? Like, dude's a loser. But anyway, he made a video, right, about Abba or whatever, right? Saying Abba's fake, all this other shit. The thing that's revealing, right? And the video here is Abba still talking about me. What's revealing is that he shows the DMs between him and Abba. And in the messages that he sends him, and I'll show you guys a little bit of them real quick. Let me see here. These niggas were going back and forth with each other. This is him, right? This is what he sent to this dude. Now, just so you guys understand the context of this shit, because you guys are probably wondering what the fuck is going on here. Him and Anus did a debate, okay, on the Charlie Kirk assassination. And basically what ended up happening was Knight didn't like the way that Abba covered Charlie Kirk's assassination, right? He was like, yo, it's kind of distasteful the way that you painted him, blah, blah, blah. He said some other shit about him being like a racist and saying that his politics are bad, whatever. Mind you, Abba's a fucking sodomite Canadian from Montreal. Like, who the fuck are you to even comment on American politics? You live in a fucking communist, socialist, fucked up structure order where y'all niggas, your military sucks, your government sucks, your prime minister's a fucking cuck, right? Your country sucks, right? I hate it when Canadians feel like they have something to say about American politics. Shut the fuck up. You are our sons. You are our sons. Shut the fuck up, bro. Like, Canadians annoy me about that shit whenever they give commentary on American politics. Shut the fuck up, bro. Your country is literally garbage. But anyway, and I've been to Canada many times, all right? Trash. Sorry ass country. Cucked. You guys are about to be India very fucking soon. Anyway, they're debating, right, on this thing because Knight felt like he was being disrespectful towards Charlie with some of his political views, and he spun it in a certain way with some of his views. Clip a shit out of context, whatever. The typical shit that Abba and Preach do. So they do this debate, and I ain't gonna lie, Stevie's not a smart guy, right? Made conservatives look very stupid. Falcon! Punch! So what ended up happening was he made Abba look like he was making some good points, even though Abba's a retard too and doesn't know shit. Because I did a breakdown of that whole debate. Whatever. That's not the point. The point is that these guys knew each other and they were getting along. There were times where Abba and Preach make a hit piece and this fucking dumbass would make a hit piece right after. Now he's seeing the snake that Abba is because Abba is fucking attacking him now. Right? And I've been telling y'all for years that this nigga was a sodomite fucking loser snake. He attacks all of his friends. He attacked us after he did a collab. He attacked Stevie now. He attacked Destiny. He attacked everybody that he's ever worked with because the dude doesn't give a fuck about integrity as he claims. And don't worry, I got some exposing this very soon coming up. But let me show you guys what Stevie got to see that a lot of you guys don't see that I've known for years because his true character is shown when you guys look at these messages.
Put those together. Then he says, do you know what the words coming out your mouth even mean? In your video on us before we ever spoke, you said you intentionally edited the clip to take Kirk out of context.
Which he did do. He did do that.
And you said you're just manufacturing a narrative.
For example, one of the things that he clipped out, he put like where Kirk said, this girl asked him in a debate, if your daughter was raped, would you have her have the baby? And he says, the baby would be delivered. And he would try to make it like, oh, look, this guy's so evil, blah, blah. But he left out that Charlie is a pro-life, devout Christian. So he doesn't believe in abortion at all. But Abba left that out. And then he tried to say, oh, well, everybody knows that. No, they don't, dumbass nigga. Not everybody knows that Charlie is a devout Christian. And that is why he has that worldview. But he purposely left that out the thing to characterize him as like an evil individual because Abba is a fucking atheist sodomite. So that's like one of the examples where he clipped that out of context. And he tried to say, oh, well, everybody knows him that he's a Christian. Shut the fuck up, nigga. No, especially your retarded audience doesn't know.
Clearly did. He didn't agree that he manufactured a narrative because he said the whole world knows that Kirk is a Christian, so they're going to know why he doesn't support abortion. I disagree.
Stevie, if someone says I'm anti-abortion, I'm a Christian, we know why you don't want an abortion.
In that clip you put, he didn't say he was Christian though. He just said, she just gave an example and he said no, she's gonna have a debate. But he didn't say he was Christian.
This guy was all over the world, all over the news.
But you're making an assumption, though, bro. You're making an assumption.
I'm
yes,
not
you are. Everybody doesn't know Kirk, bro.
No, hello. Everybody who saw that clip of him getting murdered knew he was a political speaker who's Christian. There's not a person who didn't see that.
Yeah, see, and now he's justifying why he didn't put that in. Oh, everybody knows he's Christian. No, they don't, bro. No, they don't. This is what I mean when I say Abba and preach take this deceptive thing. But I'm going to bring this all full circle, guys, here for you guys in a second.
That clip, who didn't see the news reports, who didn't know what he was.
That's absolutely cap, bro. That's cap. That's not true. That's not true. You can't speak for everybody in the world, dog. I know personally because I talk to people now that had no idea who the fuck Kirk was. Now they see him on his timeline going and they don't know who the fuck he is. That's absolutely.
Look, this nigga retard too. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Like, bro, wearing a do-rag with a cowboy hat. Like, whoa, come on, man. Well, what the fuck is going on here? But whatever. Like I said before, both of these niggas have made videos talking shit about me, right? And it's always the same. I will make a video, then this dumb nigga will make a video, and then fucking Jamar will make a video, then fucking AJ will make a video, and then there's all these other like bottom feeder reaction YouTubers all make a video. But there's one thing that unites all these fucking losers. I'm about to expose it here in a second for y'all.
That's false, bro.
He has the very standard cookie cutter Christian view on it.
Regardless, you're making the assumption that people know, dog, and that's a dangerous game. You got to give them. You got to give them more.
It's not an assumption, boss. I'm sorry. Anybody who's following this knows he's a Christian political speaker. I'm sorry, but I'm just not buying that.
The whole world knew about Kirk because Kirk got assassinated, from which I still told him that I believe you're manufacturing a narrative. He disagreed, right? But it was cool. Wasn't no animosity there, right? Anyway, he says, that's you saying I'm manipulating and being deceitful. LMAO, I don't even care that you said it, but for you to cry after we did our vid like you were betrayed, LMAO.
See, like, look, I'm glad that he's putting these messages out so the world can see what kind of a bitch-ass nigga Abba is, bro. I'm glad that he's putting these messages out.
Bro, you might be one of the most bad faith, dumb people I've ever interacted with. It's just...
And mind you, these niggas are allies. Because I remember these fucking dumbasses would make videos on attacking us. Anus and Reach drop a video, then this dumbass nigga would drop a video the next day. So this is hilarious to see.
Sad that you're doing this at the expense of your own people, kids, and anyone else for your...
And I DM'd him too. I told him, I told you this nigga was a snake for years. Now you're seeing it. I told him straight up, like, I fucking told you, bro.
Make 10 more videos crying about Kirk now. Sorry your white zaddy dying changed your life.
Okay, now, this is what I wanted to show y'all, right? Let me tell y'all something about these motherfuckers, bro. And I'm realizing this now. These niggas, bro, are like undercover pro-black activists. That's what they are. They are far-left pro-black activists on the low. They just don't do that shit openly on their show. They try to take a more middle ground. But looking at those messages, now I know where this nigga stands politically. He's a far leftist. And here's the thing. I've seen a couple of his videos. I kind of suspected this when I saw that he was doing a lot of collabs with Destiny. I was like, all right, this guy's a fucking liberal. This guy's a leftist. But his videos come off as he's a centrist, but he's not. He's a fucking leftist. And the fact that he's saying some shit like that, like, oh yeah, you're a white zaddy getting assassinated. Like, nigga, what the fuck? Like, what? You wear the fucking African shirts and shit like that. And then I also kind of noticed that he would be wearing like weird African clothes. Nigga, you're in the West. The fuck you wearing this weird this shit? Then I figured out this guy, bro. He's one of these like black power niggas, bro. He's a Wakanda forever motherfucker. That's what Abba is. And you guys can see from those messages, deep down he has disdain for white people. 100%. Deep down he has disdain for white people. And I always like was trying to figure out where he stands politically. But after seeing this shit, seeing how he hangs out with Destiny, and then how he betrays people, and then how he's kind of slipped sometimes and said, oh, I'm a lefty. I was like, all right, man, this nigga's a leftist, but when he does his reaction videos, he has to play centered. Because the thing is that nobody wants to hear this Wakanda forever bullshit, bro. Nobody wants to hear that. So the way that these guys make money is they have to be centered. Now, let's bring this back to fucking Penguin, aka Moist Critical, aka what I call a moist retard. And this kind of came out when he debated Sneako. Sneako debated Moist Critical like a year ago. Embarrassed him. Moist Critical couldn't take a stance on nothing. He asked him like, oh yeah, so should we just give kids like, you know, puberty blockers and shit like that? Well, yeah, I think so. Made himself look like a fucking ass clown, right? Embarrassed himself. And Charlie's gotten shit on a bunch of times before because he's like taking like a pro-trans thing with kids. Like it wasn't just that time that Sneako embarrassed him. He's also had like really bad takes when it comes to the T community. So that's when I realized, oh shit, these guys, a lot of these commentators, they're actually far leftists. But what they do is they get on YouTube knowing that YouTube is more male dominated and men are more likely to swing right. And they take what's called a measured approach. But the reality is these aren't their real political views. They just get in the middle to get as much AdSense as possible. Because there are still a considerable amount of women that watch and there are a lot of lefties on YouTube still. But to get the most views, to get the most AdSense, staying in the middle actually gets you the most, especially as a commentator / a reaction person. Because once you get into this field of like politics or whatever, and you take a stance, a hard stance, whether you're right wing or left wing, you automatically alienate 50% of your audience. You're automatically going to alienate 50% of the people. So that's what these niggas did to make money. And that's what Charlie does. That's what Abba and Preach do. And that's what a bunch of these other reaction commentary YouTube niggas do. They take a middle of the ground stance despite the fact that they're actually far leftists to make as much money as possible. possible. And for that, fuck those motherfuckers. Fuck them. Because you gotta see messages, DMs and shit like that from this dumbass nigga to figure out where these motherfuckers really stand. And I've always known something was off about this motherfucker when I see him wearing dashikis and shit. But now it's 100% verified. And that now it makes sense why he hates me so much. Because basically, I am the version of him that goes to the gym, doesn't sit there and say Wakanda and looks at like I'm black power, blah, blah, blah. And I hate white people. Like I look at it like if you're stupid, you're stupid. And if you happen to be black and be stupid, I'm gonna roast you even harder because you're an embarrassment to all of us. So that is why they get so fucking burned now, why they attack us so much. Because now I think about it, we are the right wing of Anus and Reach. They're fucking leftists, man. Like this dude's a fucking sodomite. He's out here getting pegged in the ass and shit. Now it all makes perfect sense. Makes perfect fucking sense. Yo, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Abba was bisexual. I wouldn't be surprised. Preach too. Wouldn't be surprised. Everything is fucking coming full circle with these niggas, bro. Guys, I'm telling y'all, do not trust these fence sitter YouTubers, man. This text thread showed me everything I needed to see. Him saying that shit. And just so y'all know, this is someone that he knows. Like these guys had like a professional relationship and he was saying this fuck shit to him. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's absolutely nuts. This is somebody that you've known for years. Y'all had a professional relationship. Y'all talked to each other before and then you acting like this. So that shows the character of Abba. But yeah, anyway, going back to what I was saying. Now that you guys understand the world of these, what I call centrist fence sitter YouTubers that are really actually leftists, but hide that shit so they don't get roasted and it gets exposed on debates, right? This is why Moist Critical did that debate with Sneako. That nigga went into hiding for like 2 months. And then Abba, I've never ever seen him do a debate. He accepted a debate with Stevie because Stevie's stupid. Let's be honest here. Stevie's dumb. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you wearing a do-rag with a cowboy hat. Come on, man. It's a wrap, you know? Like, what the fuck? What are you, fucking Logan James? Like, what the fuck is going on here, bro? Like, nigga back mountain? Like, well, what the fuck are you doing? Right, nigga wearing a white beard and a cowboy hat. And so, what? Pick one, man. Nigga still listening to the, what was it? Didn't Nelly do a collab with a country artist like years ago? Well, like Toby Maguire told me some shit. So I can think he Nelly in 2005 or some shit. Like, come on, man. Bro, heard country grammar and like took that shit for real. But anyway, so the bottom line here, right? Besides little, commentary on these centrist YouTubers, Penguin is at the king of the hill of this, okay? I would say he is the top normie commentator. There you go, perfect. He is the top normie commentator. Like all these other bitch ass niggas want to be like him. Abba and Preach, Jamari, all the centrist commentators want to be like Charlie here, aka Moist Critical, aka Penguin, because what he's able to do is he's able to basically suck AdSense revenue from both sides. And also I want y'all to know, if you guys notice, niggas like him, they wait a few days. If some shit happens, they'll wait a little bit. They'll wait a couple hours. They'll wait a couple days. Okay, what's everybody going with? Okay, this is safe to say. All right, bam. This is what most people think. Boom, I'm gonna say this. That's what they do. Why do they Albert and Preach wait a week to comment on Charlie Kirk? Y'all thought about that? These guys are fucking leftists. We know where they stand politically now. Why did they wait a week to comment on Charlie Kirk? I'll tell you why. Because they know that a lot of people that watch their shit are conservatives. It's like, damn, okay, we got to give a center take here. We can't really say what we really feel, even though we hate this nigga because he's white. They can't say all that, despite the fact that we know what this motherfucker really thinks from these text messages. So these guys wait often to give their commentary. And in Charlie's case, since he's such a pussy, and this is a very taboo topic, he was like, all right, now I really gotta wait. Because guys, don't forget, we're able to talk about this shit now, but it used to be talking about this shit was an auto fucking ban. Charlie, Abba, do Abba Preach even talk about Israel? Have Anus and Reach even mentioned Israel one time? And it's crazy because they're leftists. This should be a dunk for them automatically. No, right? Yeah. Don't watch them. Okay. But I get it, bro. If you want to make money, bro, like you got to be either a leftist or in the center. Being right wing is going to cost you money, bro. I'll be honest. It's going to absolutely cost you money. Because at least as a liberal, you'll get bitches. You'll get the sussy motherfuckers. You'll get the Canadians. You'll get the liberals. You'll get the Canadians. You'll get the women. Oh, and you won't get banned. You won't get, that's the biggest reason you won't get banned. You won't get banned being a progressive ever. Progressives never have to endure censorship ever. So like I said, we've only been able to talk about this problem, right, with Israel and them boys, right? We've only been able to discuss this really for like a year and a half, 2 years, right? I won't even say 2 years. October 7th is going to be in a couple of days. I would say it was safe to start criticizing Israel about 6 to 12 months ago, like where you're safe, where you're like, you won't get like completely banned, depending on how far you go. If you use Zionists, if you only keep it to Israel and never talk about anything else, if you stay away from the Cookie Monster event, Hootie and Stores, by the way, right? If you stay away from that shit, you're fine. But once you start getting into the other stuff, you could get banned. So Charlie is like 2 years behind the curve right now, right? He's way behind. But the reason why he's so behind is because dude has 10 million subscribers on YouTube. You don't reach 10 million subscribers on YouTube being controversial, bro. You just don't. I'm sorry. There's levels to this shit. There really are levels to this shit. If you want to be able to get huge, and I'm talking like 5 million plus, it's cool to get 1 million. It's cool to get 2, 3. Like if you guys look, like all the biggest political channels, right, are somewhere like 1 to 5 at the most, right? 1 to 5. And if you hit 5 as a political commentator, that's a lot. Because remember, guys, by being a political commentator, you have to take a stance. When you take a stance, 50% of niggas are just not going to like you off rip. Not many people are like me and watch liberal media. A lot of people only watch what they align with. Does that make sense? Like me, I watch CNN, I watch Al Jazeera, I watch Fox News, I watch Arab media, I watch foreign media, and I do this so that I could be better informed for you guys. But a lot of people are not getting off Fox News. A lot of people are not going to get off CNN. A lot of people are not going to stop watching MSNBC, or they're not going to stop watching Hassan or fucking Kyle Kalinske or Dave Pakman or some shit. I watch all those guys because they're my ops. So for me to be a better political commentator, I need to see what they're saying on their side, and I also watch shit on my side. I watch all of it. However, it's also important that you guys understand, as a political commentator, you automatically are going to cut your audience reach in like 50% because people don't really like to watch their opposing political stances. As a consumer, as a creator, it's a good idea. As a consumer, niggas aren't watching that shit. So with that said, for someone to reach 10 million subscribers, that means you are transcending political affiliation and bounds. And the only way that you're going to do that is by being a fucking centrist normie. I'm sorry. So, and I'm saying all this so you guys understand the significance. For someone like a Moist Critical to finally fucking come out and say, damn, what Israel's doing is crazy. My friends, we have reached the masses. This is a big fucking deal. Big fucking deal. When you got someone like Moist Critical saying like what they're doing in Gaza is crazy. Now, mind you, I'm going to be very clear about this. This dude's a liberal. He's a leftist. He probably felt like this 2 years ago. Okay? He probably felt like this a long time ago. But he reached 10 million on YouTube. He knows who the fucking bosses are. He knows Susan Wojcicki. She passed away. Rest in peace to her. But her trust and safety vision still stands. Neil Mohan didn't touch that shit. So he knows what time it is with these platforms. He knows how shit is run. He knows who the top guys are. When you reach 10 million subscribers, bro, you're meeting the heads of trust and safety. You're meeting all the guys, etc. And these guys are the trust and safety boards. Trust me, okay? It's not very hard to tell. He's not stupid. He knew off rip. Yep, we're in Gaza. I am not gonna say shit until it's safe. Now, 2 years down the road, we know it's a genocide. We know 60,000 confirmed dead. We know it's more like 300,000 that are dead. We know that Israel's doing some fuck shit. Benjamin Netanyahu got indicted by the ICC. The entire international community is saying, what the fuck is going on? You got people on the far left like Hassan fucking Piker, and people like me, people consider me on the far right, agreeing on this topic. I think it's pretty safe to say like Israel's fucking up. When you got people from all different demographics come out and say, oh, what the fuck are y'all doing, bro? What the fuck are you guys doing? So now Charlie has finally come out the closet and fucking put on his big boy black shirt on and has some commentary about a fucking genocide going on, right? And again, look, I don't hate this guy. I've always disliked because he made a video on Fresh one time saying like, oh, there's no way this guy had a sex with 1,000 girls. And I never liked him for that shit. I always like thought, yo, this guy's a fucking bitch ass nigga. And then when I saw Sneako destroying him in a debate, I was like, fuck yeah. Because it was very clear he doesn't have his own ideology whatsoever, right? He just regurgitates what's cool and what's going to make him AdSense. But I will give him credit for finally coming out and talking about Israel, because bro, to creators like him at the 10 million level, this is a career ender. I will definitely acknowledge that when you get to that size, 10 million, etc. Now we're talking like Mr. Beast levels, chat. Like guys like Penguin, aka Moist Critical. Now you're talking about like super normie YouTubers. ISO Speed, Moist Critical, Mr. Beast, Kai Cenat. These are what I call like normie niggas, bro. Like normies, like true normies. Like everybody knows who they are. They don't really offend anybody. They're right there in the middle. They make content that everyone can be like, yeah, I like this. Like they're not controversial. They just do what it is. That's what I consider Charlie. So for him to come out and grow a set of nuts finally, not be a fucking bitch, is good, because now people are waking up. Give me ones if that all makes sense for you guys. I know I went into detail there, but I need you guys to understand the commentary section of YouTube with losers like Anus and Reach and Moist Critical, etc. That they're actually, and I just came to this realization like today, they're all leftists, bro. These guys are all fucking liberals, progressives. They all are. They just hide that shit.